Gentlemen, Ambassador Gazit will start with a statement in Hebrew and later on in English.
Here is in the wake of a government decision to recall me. The recall of an ambassador in diplomatic practice constitutes an act of protest or an act of disapproval that one government takes in assessing the behavior or the decision taken by another government. In this particular case, it has to do with the Abu Daoud affair and with what we call a violation of an extradition agreement that exists between us and France since 1971, which we invoked 2 days ago, and which would have had as its normal result the keeping under arrest of that particular person accused of very severe crimes for a certain period of time. Instead of that, very suddenly, yesterday, the French government, through a French tribunal, discussed this matter and decided to release the man. We consider this a breach of that agreement.
Mr. Withhold information or mislead you in any way about what they plan to do with Abu Daoud?
Rather than rather than qualifying their behavior, I shall just mention one fact, that we heard about the tribunal being in session through the mass media. We were not informed by the French government. It is true that how shall I put it, stopped being passive when I got the news, but it is still a fact that we were not informed at the initiative of the French government. An interesting minor fact maybe can be mentioned also, that when the French tribunal had given its reasons, and later on the Ministry of Justice, the French Ministry of Justice, published a communique enumerating its arguments, that document was not transmitted to our embassy, and it's not in my possession. I don't have it.
Do you think an order came down from the French president himself to have Abu Daoud released at all costs?
I cannot answer this question because I have no specific information.
Does your recall here herald a break in diplomatic relations between Israel and France?
No, I think the recall of an ambassador is, I would say, common practice, which is undertaken whenever one wishes to express disapproval. And this is precisely what happened in this case.
Do you know when you'll be returning to your post in Paris, or will you be remaining here indefinitely?
This depends on the results of the discussions and decisions that will be taken in the coming days.
Do you believe the French contention that what they did was merely a juridical act and not a political act?
This is a matter of judgment, and I would prefer that each of you should form his own judgment.
Thank you very much.